When we build a complex system that needs to store a bunch of data, a relationship between tables needed. That happens because all data need to be stored in spare tables. And to make it connected to each other, a relationship between tables comes into play. Let me get this straight. I need to store categories and subcategories data. Does this make sense if I just create only one table to store all of them? Let's say the name of table is categories. Subcategories table, and the columns contains first ID, second categories name. It means all categories data will be stored here, and then subcategories name. That means all subcategories data will be stored here. Is this the correct way to store data? Absolutely not. That's why we need to spare all of them into different tables. So we need to create two different tables. So the first table is categories table, and the second table is subcategories table. The first one is categories table, and this table is used only to store categories data. So all categories data will be stored here. Let's say there is two columns in this table. It's ID and categories name. So I remove this column. So for the categories name, which all categories name data will be stored here. Which all categories name will be stored here. And the second table is subcategories table. And this table is used only to store subcategories data. So all subcategories data will be stored here. Let's say there's two columns in this table. It's also ID and subcategories name. Which all subcategories name will be stored here. Once the data has been separated into two tables, you might be wondering next how to connect between one table to another. Or we can say how to connect categories table is categories table to subcategories table. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Connecting one table to another is a bit easy. You need to add another column, let's say. So in this table there is categories ID. Categories ID, and another column is subcategories name. In this table, it is categories table. Assume there is automotive data in categories table with ID 1 and categories name is automotive. And also there is helmet here. 1. Here is helmet data in subcategories table. So the question is how to make helmet, this helmet, as a subcategory of automotive. Well, this column comes into play. Just specify the ID of automotive here. So the ID of automotive is 1, so let's specify this column and fill it with 1. That way the categories table and subcategories table are now connected to each other, and that's it.